brand new class being inducted into the BGSU Athletics Hall of Fame, and we're talking first with Ron Zwierlein, and he is a unique individual in the history of BGSU. He was a student athlete here. He was also a coach, a head coach here, and an athletic director. He and Dwight Perry, the only guys to ever do that. That's pretty high company, Ron Zwierlein.
I don't think I can walk in Dwight's shoes. I mean, he was a legend and fantastic individual. I knew him well as an undergraduate here, and then of course when I came back as a graduate student, and then as a coach.
Talk about your time here as a student athlete. You were a swimmer, and you told me before we came on you got to graduate in 3.5 years because of the switch over to semesters, so that was good. But talk about being a student athlete here and what you remember most.
Well, coming here as a student athlete, my family didn't have a lot of means, so getting a scholarship to come to Bowling Green was the way I could get out of my situation back in my neighborhood in the times that weren't as good as they could have been in that. But got here and remember getting off the Greyhound bus because my family had no car. So I took a Greyhound, came to Bowling Green, dragged my trunk down to Cole Hall, my new home, and walked in and was welcomed with a whole host of great people in that become some friends, mentors, and teachers of mine in that. But then I was out on the swimming team and was fortunate enough to do fairly well. Never an All-American, but a consistent point getter, and I qualified for NCAA a couple times, and stayed on as the assistant coach to Tom Stubbs, and then left and went on to my career.
And then after 8 or 10 years away, we brought you back to Bowling Green. Talk about returning after working elsewhere, doing some other things, and coming back to Bowling Green. Take us back to that time.
Well, I during that period of time I was gone, I worked at both my hometown, Rochester, New York, as a teacher, and then I came back and worked at Fremont Ross as a teacher as well. And after that stint there, I did my doctoral work at Ohio State, and while I was at Ohio State and that, found out there was an opening at John Carroll University where I went and became the first swimming coach in the school's history and coached the team there for 7 years. We were PAC champions, not MAC champions, PAC champions, and then got the call from Jim Lessig, who said, would you be interested in coming back to your alma mater? And the rest is history. I came back and never left.
And then you became director of athletics, and of course that's a whole different level of responsibilities and work to be done from being a coach. Being an AD, now that you look back on it, was it all you hoped it would be?
Well, being an athletic director is not one of the most favorable positions to be in because you're constantly making decisions. Some of them are great, some of them are not so great. And, it's a difficult job to be in, and even today it's even more difficult than that. But some of the highlights during my time as athletic director, I was asked by the administration at that time to look at dropping sports for men so that we could meet our gender equity or Title IX quotas and that. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to go outside the box a little bit. So instead of dropping sports, I added women's soccer, which was not popular with the administration, but obviously talked to the women's soccer players that have done very well today. They're very happy that I did it. So it was a great opportunity to give back and do something for Bowling Green.
Ron Zwierlein's been a fixture here at BGSU for many, many years. Now he's a BGSU Athletics Hall of Famer. Ron, great to have you back. Great to see you again. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very humbled and honored to be entering an elite group of individuals that are already in the Hall of Fame. Thank you.